April 3rd is a significant day in history with various noteworthy events that took place around the world. From political, scientific, cultural to sports, this day has witnessed numerous events that have had a lasting impact on our world today. Here are some of the most significant events that happened on April 3rd throughout history. 1043, Edward the Confessor is crowned King of England. On this day in 1043, Edward the Confessor was crowned the King of England. He ruled for 24 years and was known for his religious devotion, building Westminster Abbey, and his kindness towards the poor. Edward was the last king of the House of Wessex, and his death led to the Norman Conquest of England in 1066. 1860, the first successful Pony Express run. The Pony Express was a mail delivery service that operated between St. Joseph, Missouri, and Sacramento, California, from 1860 to 1861. On April 3, 1860, the first successful run of the Pony Express was made, covering the 1,966 miles from St. Joseph to Sacramento in 10 days. 1882, Jesse James is shot and killed. Jesse James, an American outlaw and the leader of the James Younger Gang, was shot and killed on this day in 1882 by Robert Ford, a member of his own gang. James was a notorious criminal who had become a legendary figure in American folklore, and his death marked the end of an era in the Wild West. 1936, Bruno Hauptmann is executed for the kidnapping and murder of Charles Lindbergh Jr. Bruno Hauptmann was a German immigrant who was convicted of the kidnapping and murder of Charles Lindbergh Jr., the son of famous aviator Charles Lindbergh, in 1932. On April 3, 1936, Hauptmann was executed in the electric chair in Trenton, New Jersey, bringing an end to one of the most sensational criminal trials in American history. 1948, President Harry Truman signs the Marshall Plan. On April 3, 1948, President Harry Truman signed the Marshall Plan, a U.S. program of economic aid to help rebuild Western Europe after World War II. The Marshall Plan was named after Secretary of State George Marshall, who proposed the plan in 1947, and it helped to stabilize the economies of Western Europe and prevent the spread of communism. 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. delivers his final speech. On this day in 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his final speech, known as the I've Been to the Mountaintop speech, in Memphis, Tennessee. The speech was delivered the day before King was assassinated and is remembered for its prophetic and inspiring words. 1973, the first handheld mobile phone call is made. The first handheld mobile phone call was made on April 3, 1973, by Martin Cooper, a senior engineer at Motorola. Cooper made the call on a Motorola Dynatacy phone, which weighed 2.5 pounds and cost $3,995. The call was made to Joel Engel, a rival engineer at Bell Labs. 1996, Unabomber Ted Kaczynski is arrested. Ted Kaczynski, also known as the Unabomber, was a domestic terrorist who carried out a series of bombings between 1978 and 1995, killing 3 people and injuring 23 others. On April 3, 1996, Kaczynski was arrested at his remote cabin in Montana, ending one of the longest and most expensive manhunts in American history. 2010, iPad is released. On April 3, 2010, Apple released its first iPad, a tablet computer that revolutionized the tech industry. The iPad was the first device of its kind, offering a large touchscreen, access to the internet, and a wide range of apps. The iPad became hugely popular and has since undergone multiple upgrades and releases. 2018, Winnie Mandela passes away. Winnie Madikizela Mandela, the South African anti-apartheid activist and ex-wife of Nelson Mandela, passed away on April 3, 2018. Winnie was a powerful figure in the anti-apartheid movement, and her activism and leadership were critical in the struggle against apartheid. She was also a controversial figure, facing allegations of violence and involvement in human rights abuses. April 3rd has been a significant day in history with various events that have shaped our world. From the coronation of kings, the invention of revolutionary technology, and the end of notorious criminals, this day has seen it all. These events have had a lasting impact on our world, and we continue to remember and honor them today. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like and share the video. See you tomorrow at 12:01 a.m.